That guy should not be there. What is that? That came up out of the tree line. I don't have a whole lot of juice left on my phone. I'll have to rig something up battery wise because we need to record this until it disappears. But look, that's the exact same type of object that came up from the woods. Now, I physically can't see that anymore. Well, it's definitely moving. Oh, come on, come back. That figures as soon as I start to record, it disappears. Come on. It's not a plane. I already checked that. It's still kind of there behind the tree line. You can kind of see it. I don't know if my finger will show up or not. It was like, it's right there. See it? Now it's coming back up. Just like those 31 objects that came up out of the woods that night that I got in the video I already posted. But look, it like goes down a tree line, it'll start to pulsate. Like right there, look. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I tried to explain this to Brian. So if you look at the tree line, right? Because I got to zoom out. Oh, that's too much. So the far left, if you kind of go diagonally from my house to that far left corner, that's where Wheeling Airport is. If you go north, kind of north, it's not even like, you can't see it in the tree line now, but it's kind of northeast of here. That's Washington. And then to the southeast would be Waynesburg Airport. We're kind of in the middle of 3 airports. So there's no reason for anything to be over in here where I catch these things. See, now it's gone. Nice if it came back, but... So there's no reason for anything to be out in the sky like that, in that area, coming up and out of the tree line, let alone 30 some objects. But you know what, I thought I just saw it again. Oh, yep, there. Now it's in the tree line. Come on, come back up out of the tree line. I just got a warning about low battery. Let me see if I can move tripod a little bit. Look how bright that is. You know, people could say, oh, there's satellites or this. Then why do they come up out of the tree line and then sometimes they come back and they like land in the trees again? Satellites don't do that. There comes the 40. And you see on the top left, I see that there's one coming in from the right. Looks like it's going now. You see, that's a plane. you a clip I have of one that kind of looks like it zooms over, checks out a plane, and goes back. That's why I laugh when people think I'm nuts and they see my videos and they're like, oh. Yeah, look, now it's coming back up out of the tree line. It gets blast off. You see, like, why would it? And there's another one down the tree line. You see it flashing? Look, it's just steadily climbing. Can you see the one down by the bottom on the screen right now? That's not that far off the ground either. I don't know, we're gonna see how long. This is pretty amazing. Yeah, going. That's what they do. And then sometimes they just show back up. Like they'll visually disappear and then all of a sudden now they're someplace else. Or they'll like jump, like you'll see it go from like one spot to another. Let's see, that's going. And now we got that guy, which looks to be might be a helicopter. Oh wait. No, there's another one coming up. I gotta go get a battery. Look, there's a second. Oh, we're gonna have another event. I gotta let this run. I gotta go get a battery. Whoa. We got a battery now. Whoa. There we go. wolves that came up in the woods. And it's interesting because they're always, oh wait, look, there's one. Now it'll be down towards the middle, like kind of between the middle and the left. It's coming up from the woods. It does make you wonder if this is some kind of a geomagnetic phenomenon too. Because they're always from that same area. And look how bright that gets. I can't even physically see that, but I can see it on the camera just fine. Look, there's another one, I think. I see some more. It looks like starting off in the woods. To me, it's like the lower right-hand corner, like the lower right section of the screen. Look how far that moved. That's not going straight. That went in like a diagonal line. That's really weird. Yeah, I can't see that with my eyes, but you can clearly see that on the camera. Oh, there comes another one. Look, it just came up out of the woods. I can see that one. This is wild. This is why I need to get the money to get a UAP. A UAP DP camera setup, but those are pretty expensive. It's basically a 24/7 security camera that uses software that will track anything in flight. There's another one coming up. I just saw a flash here. Yeah, that's a plane going through. It does make me wonder though if this happens way more than what I even realize. Because I've been home for 15 minutes already and it's still periodically coming up out of the woods. And you can see where the flight path is. Like I said, that's either coming from Pittsburgh or they're going to Wheeling. I know where all the airports are because of this stuff. I use Google Earth. We're about 20 miles to Wheeling, or less than that to Washington Airport, and I can't remember how far away it is, but we're kind of in the middle. Oh, there comes another one up out of the woods. mean, I'm not going to see stuff landing at any of the airports. We're too far away from that. You can technically see lights up to, I think, 20 miles on perfect, like, clear visibility, but you're not going to see stuff like with the tree line or anything else. Like, that's way too far. I'm going to let this run a minute and we'll get back. Anything else? Yeah. I can't see that one either. Wherever that just went. I wasn't able to physically see it either. Hate to be this zoomed in, but back a little bit. That I can see. Now see, that's a plane coming in. You can clearly see it's moving faster, it's a lot larger. And see its uniform. And see the one that we're watching it's going down towards the tree line. And now another one just come up out of the tree line. They're all from that same area. Like they always come from that. Like look how bright that is. Maybe let's leave it like this. So that one either just disappeared or went into the tree line. And look, it's just hanging out there now. And there comes another one up from the tree line. Those are two more coming up. There's another one. Look, it just flashed. So there's one already cleared the tree line. And there's gonna be a third one that's gonna be coming up. You see it like in the bottom. Now I do want to kind of zoom out. So that one's just hanging out up there. It's just sitting there. That's not a star. that came up from the tree line and it went to where it's at now. It's just staying. You saw the flashes there with the tree line. See, they want another one. Like they seem like they come up from, see where like the left-hand corner where it kind of comes up like a mountain. I mean it's a tree line, but you know what I mean. And then it slopes down real sharp. They come up from over in there, between there and then about halfway, a little to the right of halfway, like in that general area of the woods. Oh, wait, was that? Didn't that just look like there was one, like, in the woods? Is there one over by the ground? There was. Look, it's coming up through the trees now. What in the hell what is this? Of course, the tiny ones, the tiny flickers we're seeing down towards the ground could be bugs. It could be well, I don't know if, I don't know if iPhones have infrared on them. Let's see. Do iPhones have infrared cameras? Or infrared lights?
I found this on the web.
he's sitting there. Which tells me then that light at times probably is exactly what I think it is. It's something weird that came up. Look, now it's going to start to move to the right. And there's another one coming up, I believe, in the middle. Oh, there's one coming up now from, look, it just come up from the woods. So this has been going on for like a half an hour. See, it still looks like there's tiny ones down by the field. You'll see them flicker every once in a while. I don't know, maybe the show's over, but that one's still sitting there. I can barely see it with my eyes. I'll give it like 5 more minutes and we don't see anything else, I'll call this a... I'll stop it. Oh wait, what was that? It looked like I just caught something in the center there. It went left to right and then vanished again. 34:17. Because when I take this into... So I'll look at the 34-minute mark. I'll have to make a note of that. Because when I copy this to my computer, I'll go to 34 minutes and see if that was something that did that and vanished. I thought I saw one coming up again from that like slope, but I'm calling the slope like the bottom left. Once that plane started coming in. We got another minute and a half. Because this is a really long video clip. I gotta get some of this stuff off my phone. I mean, I'm keeping it on the cloud, but it still looks like there's flashes periodically down like in the trees towards the ground. This is crazy. Oh. I almost want to just let this run until that goes away. Got everything adjusted so tight that that's just been kind of the light